A couple of remarks before I get into the nitty-gritty. A few days ago I was watching a TED, T-E-D, a TED talk. I have an iPad with an app, a TED app on my iPad. So I was watching one of the talks on a Stanford robotics professor, a woman who's helping set up free internet courses at university level. So I checked out some of the courses. They are largely fresher undergrad level courses, first year undergrad. So I was curious to watch the format of the various professors. She had some of the top schools in the US, Stanford, well, 3-4 others. I don't remember the names, but it was interesting to watch the different formats. And I did notice that there was only one course there on quantum mechanics, I think from Berkeley, and that professor, the quantum mechanics professor, also chose to use Whiteboard, and I see that as inevitable because well, you're seeing already, and this is only at undergrad level, and believe me, as it gets up to grad level, the density and length of the equations will get higher and longer. So I will need to put lots of equations very compactly. So I dare say he's anticipating the same thing. Now, it reinforced in me my awareness that the downside of what I'm doing, for you guys following me, at the time that I'm recording this, perhaps I should give the month as well as the year. It's August, just in case things change quickly. It's August of 2012. Now the downside is you guys now have no way of getting credit for studying this stuff, whereas these institutions do, which probably accounts for why their hit count is so much higher than what I get. I'm getting typically, well, August 2012, about 100, 150 hits a day from interested people. Now, that's chicken feed in comparison to the million or so students, at least, around the world in pure math, physics, and particularly computer science, which is very popular nowadays. So who knows, maybe my hit count will go up a bit with the next course, which will be on computer theory of computation. But still, I suspect one of the major reasons why the relatively low hit count, well, there are probably several factors. One, the whole thing's new, right? Just people have not heard of what I'm trying to do. It needs to grow. I need advertising, I suppose. But I think another factor is there's no credit. There's no way you can prove to other people, to potential employers, for example, that you've studied this course. I mean, you can just say that you have, but there's no proof. So I'm hoping some institution in the future will provide that proof. You do homeworks and exams and so forth. Personally, I do not want to get into that stuff. I think, given my interests and my abilities, I think I should just do the lecturing stuff. It's going to get really hard later at PhD 2 level in pure math and math physics, and there are not a lot of people who can do this stuff, speaking frankly, and who have the time to do it. I'm unusual in the sense of being a retired professor doing this stuff, and I hope what I'm doing will inspire other retired professors to do something similar in their own specialties, so that eventually the whole gamut of knowledge is just put online for free education for the planet. Anyway, this woman at Stanford, we shared the same goal. She wants to see the whole world educated for free. And she even raised the question towards the end of her talk, will free online education, as she called it, will make universities obsolete. And I was a bit disappointed with her answer, because she gave a sort of humorous answer and deflected the question. In my view, she did not bite the bullet. Now, in my view, longer term, of course, it takes time for all this to get going, but I see three major options for universities. One is just they will become, individual universities will become extinct. They'll just lose their fee-paying source of income, and hence they won't be able to pay their professors. So the whole institution will just go bankrupt. So large numbers of universities will just disappear. They will go the way of the dinosaur. They'll just die. Two, they can convert themselves into what I call grading centres. So, for example, if there are a lot of free profs, like me, a free professor, giving courses but no grading, then other institutions can set up homeworks, assignments, and all the computer administration, blah, 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 and the exams, and give certificates and get accredited by governments and so forth. And then just use people like me, my courses, other people's courses, by giving students links. But grading centres would have far less prestige than the usual university, especially research universities. And that's the third option, that the better universities would become purely research universities, and they would get their money then directly or indirectly from the government through research grants and just direct subsidies and so forth. So I see those three major options as the future of universities. And people like me, the free profs, are killing off the traditional university. Now, that may be a sad thing for waged professors, wage profs, of course, because they lose their job. And that's rather traumatic for them. But on the other hand, society on the whole, when you weigh the costs with the benefits far outweigh the costs, because then millions of parents no longer have to pay out huge fees to have their children educated. The children get education almost for free. There'll be some cost involved with the grading centres. That will remain. Somebody has to judge whether a student knows something or not. That will always be there. I don't see that disappearing. I mean, it can be automated. It can be made a lot cheaper. Artificial intelligence can be applied to increase the level of machine intelligence in its grading when the machine grades. I mean, common sense. How do you grade a class, if that's the right word, consisting of hundreds of thousands, if not millions, of students in a very popular course around the planet? Right? It would have to be done by machine. It's just not practical. It won't happen. So I see a lot of research going into artificial grading. It'll become a very important research topic as a branch of artificial intelligence in the next few years. Pushed by people like me. There's a demand for grading, because I'm not interested in the grading side of things. It's just not interest. I really want to master the higher levels of pure mathematics, and one really effective way of doing that is teaching it. Every time I put stuff up on the board, I reinforce what I sort of half knew before, or sometimes I actually learn something new to me, and it's a very powerful way to learn. So a few of you, if you ever want to be free profs, it's probably the most effective way to learn. It's such an incredibly powerful motivator to learn. It sort of crystallizes the mind when you know you have to teach it, and not just to a class where it's ephemeral and gone. I mean, I'm very conscious when I teach. I mean, this video and these videos that I'm making, they're going to be around for decades, right? They're never going to die. And, you know, that hits home. That makes a rather deep psychological impact on the instructor. You know, videos are forever, in a sense. Okay, that's one thing I was wanting to say. Oh, by the way, if you do want to see these courses being organized by Stanford, by this pioneering woman, her label of her series of courses is called Coursera. That's C-O-U-R-S-E-R-A. Coursera. I'm not quite sure what that means. It's the era, you know, the epoch of courses, or ERA in the sense of Equal Rights Amendment, so equal opportunities for everybody with courses. I'm not sure. I sent her an email yesterday. I haven't had a reply yet, and I'm not sure whether she will or not. But so what she's doing, and what do they call this? There's a similar institution providing free education, but at secondary and primary school level by an Indian American MIT graduate. His name is Khan, K-H-A-N, and he set up an institution called Khan Academy, which attracted the interest, fortunately for Khan, of Bill Gates' daughter, who got heavily involved, and Bill Gates was impressed and ended up giving Khan and his institution called Khan Academy, I think $50 million. Wow, that'd be nice. So Bill, yeah, seriously, I'm just waiting. I don't know how many years it will take for people to appreciate the enormous potential future impact of free proffing. I do wonder how long it's going to take for the hit rate, because that's how I judge how much interest there is out there, you guys, in what I'm doing. So the hit rate, as I speak, is around. It's only about 100, 150 a day. On my best day, I've had 400, which is chicken feed compared to the potential. I hope I don't get too old before the hit rate gets up to 1 million. I calculate about 1 million students worldwide in graduate level, pure math, math physics, and computer science. So maybe I'm being too ambitious and perhaps a little too arrogant, because there will be competition, of course. I expect there will be a lot of free profs in time at graduate level. But for the moment, as far as I know, I'm fairly sure of it. I'm the first doing this kind of thing. Right. Another remark. You may notice the sunlight reflections. I'm an ARCer. That's ARC, which is an acronym for After Retirement Career